Welcome to the final round of the UCI Mountain Bike Marathon World Cup of 2024 here in the stunning Mount Van Hoevenberg, Lake Placid. An early start for our elite athletes with 3 loops at a 33-kilometre course awaiting them, with 722 metres of elevation gain per loop and a high average speed course that promises to push our athletes to their limits. Both overall titles are still up for grabs. Vera Luce will be looking for redemption after the heartbreaking Megève, but we'll have Leila Nimčević to answer to.
Actually, I'm really excited. I'm kind of sad the season is ending, so I want to end it on a high note, but really no nerves because it's a fair course, so who's ever better is better. The ball's in the other court. I guess I have the advantage, so I'm just going to follow, see what everybody else does, assess the situation and make decision as I go. Yeah, I have the terrain, the grass. I think this is the best it can be for me, and it's up and down, so not much rolling. So yeah, you need the lungs and you need the legs.
I think I'm feeling good. We're in a really beautiful part of the world here in Lake Placid. The course looks very different to what we've done in the past. Hardly no climbing or just very punchy climbs. A lot of left, right. So I think it's going to be an exciting race. I think there's some good ladies at the start line and I'm looking forward to racing them. There's some routine single trails that I think also come into my advantage. But yeah, I think it's a race where it will be difficult to make a difference. So yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting race.
In the men's race, Fabian Riebensteiner and Hector Leonard Pérez León will take the battle to the course.
Sí, un poquito de nerviosismo porque pues las diferencias con los tercero, cuarto están muy cercas. Esperamos hacer una buena carrera. El recorrido no me favorece, pero tratamos de hacer lo posible.
It's quite strange to be here because it's quite different track as usual. So we didn't know what's going on. And yeah, we know each other quite well, but not on this kind of slope. So it's something new. I don't know if the race will go like tactic or full gas from the start. For sure, it's a really hard one till the end. So let's join it. I'm here to give my 100%, so I try to give under 10%.
For sure, it will be a hard race, so we have to look how the race is going on. So yeah, I hope the legs are a little bit better than last week. So I think the course is much better for me because it's a fast course. It's similar to Nove Mesto from the climbs and short climbs, and yeah, it's not so technical, but yeah, I think can be a good course for me.
The elite women's fields left the start line first, with the elite men heading out shortly after.
And green means go! We're off this morning here in Lake Placid with the UCI Marathon World Cup Elite Women's Race.
The course promised the survival of the fittest and delivered immediately, with the first major climb on course separating the pack, allowing the top 6 to distance themselves from the rest. Rosa van Doorn, Janina Wust, Leila Nimčević and Vera Luce kept positions out front. After Loop 1, Nimčević leads the pack, with Universe sitting close behind in second. Van Doorn and Luce remain in the mix as they keep the pace with the leaders.
And now I'm falling. Deeper than a fire, from control. by the way, it's like I told him. There's things that I can't fight.
As our elite men set out on course, the pack refused to separate. The speed of the course keeps the field closely knit together. Martin Frey, Alex Miller and Martin Storschek leading out the bunch. Simon Schneller stays within comfortable distance of the field, tactically keeping within the group. After Loop 1, Simon Schneller leads out, followed by Philip Adel and Martin Frey, but the times are tight and by no means set, the pack remaining close together. In Loop 2, the pack of 6 leaders reduced to 4. Lusa, Nimčević, Wurst and Van Doren step on the gas, putting the distance from the chasing group. Margot Moschetti stays chasing in 5th. Loop 2 allowed the pack to separate even more. Vera Lusa takes the lead, followed by Rosa Van Doren and Janina Wurst. Nemčević drops down to 5th place as she crosses the checkpoint, with some speed to find and stay in contention for the overall title as Lusa edges closer to tasting victory. In Loop 2, the pack remaining tight-knit, unrelenting to any potential leader. Jakob Hartmann, Martin Storschek and Simon Schneller pushing the pace. With one eye on the overall title, Fabian Rubensteiner remains calm, keeping up with the pace but remaining comfortable in the pack. After Loop 2, Schneller drops down to 15th place, 7 seconds behind. Simon Stierban leads out the pack, followed by Samuel Porro and Martin Storschek. Overall leader Rubensteiner is 5 seconds off the pace in 9th. Nemčević, feeling the pressure of the overall title slipping through her fingers, pushed the pace, with Van Doren and Wurst hot on her heels. The final climb would separate Wurst from the pack, leaving her unable to keep the pace. With the 4 down to 3, it would come down to the line. Van Doren and Lusa sprint ahead of Nemčević, but it would be Vera Lusa who takes the win on the line after the tightest of sprint finishes, taking her second UCI cross-country marathon World Cup win of 2024, and with it the overall title. And the final results are in. Nemčević would have to settle for 3rd on the day, with Rosa Van Doren ahead of her in 2nd. Janina Wurst would finish 31 seconds behind the leading 3 in 4th. brutal pace behind adhered to throughout the race, 11 riders managed to separate themselves to the front. Through mossy single track and brutal climbs, the pack remained unwavering. The win would come down to another sprint finish. 9 of our elite men remained in the lead and were hungry for the win. Pales Leon had the taste of the overall title on his lips, but hadn't kept enough in the tank for the finish, and he crossed the line in ninth. Despite almost 100 kilometres of keeping pace, there would only be one winner. It would be Team Bull's Simon Schiller that would cross the line, followed by Martin Storsek in second, leaving the overall title to Riebensteiner, who crossed the line in third place, taking the overall title with him. Despite just making the top 10, Pales Leon was only 0.4 off the pace.
It was a long race, it was going to be a long race, but it's a tactical race. There's a lot of punchy climbs, but they're never long enough to really drop somebody. The technical sections, there were a few single trails, but they were not difficult or long enough to also make a difference. So I knew it would probably come down to a smaller group at the end, and it might come down to a sprint, and I was totally fine with that because I know my sprint is quite good. And then in the last lap, yeah, it definitely came down to that, and me and Rose are coming together to the line, and I think I just pipped her on that line with a few centimeters. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's who wants it the most, especially if it's such a tight final. The World Cup, it also defines the best rider over the whole season, over different courses, over different races, over different tactics. I think I pulled that off pretty well. I had a little bit of bad luck at the second World Cup with a flat tire and everything. But I think I came back strong this weekend. And yeah, I mean, everybody thinks they deserve it and they could be stronger. But at the end of the day, you have to cross the finish line first, and that's what counts.
The overall title was hard fought between Lusa and Nemčević, but would be the Namibian Vera Lusa who would come out victorious in the final round. Nemčević takes second, followed by Jaina Verst in third.
It's a special course because you have to pedal like always. There are no long descents, and even in this you have to pedal most of the time. So it's super physically hard. We had a sprint finish with 9 guys, and in the beginning it was like 15 guys leading group, which went less and less over the time. But yeah, I was well sitting in the front group, and yeah, in the end I noticed that nobody has the legs to go for a solo victory. So I just thought, hey, I need to be in front before the last corner, and somehow I could make it and took the win today, and yeah, super nice to take it. I mean, normally I'm not the best sprinter, but I had the best tactics today, so it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it was a really fast race, so we stay a big group in front, and but I feel always really strong, so I was quite calm. So yeah, till the end. Also, I know my strongness in the sprint, so I feel quite calm. Yeah, it was not super easy like always, because last week I feel not super strong. I had COVID after the Europeans, so I need some time. Maybe this 1 week helped me a little bit. It was a good training also in the World. So today I come back to my shape I had before. So yeah, it was a good day. I think wear this jersey in the World Cup, bring it home. It means a lot. Yeah, I think 2 years in a row. It's not easy, but I made it, and I'm super happy.
As the final round of the UCI Cross Country Marathon World Cup comes to a close, overall men's title goes to reigning title holder Fabian Rebensteiner. Chaos Leon will settle for second place, followed by Simon Schneller in third. What a fantastic race here in Mount Van Hoevenberg, Lake Placid, a beautiful venue to host the final of the UCI Cross Country Marathon World Cup. A huge congratulations to our winners. If you're hungry for more, keep up to date with all things mountain bike on our social channels, UCI Mountain Bike World Series and Eurosport Cycling.